Hello, welcome to Bye Bye Loneliness and Chat and Collage. I'm Jean and I live in Boulder, Colorado. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, so if you hear a little accent, that's why. Last time we were here in video 11, this is video 12, we were working on this collage. I used a card that came in the mail. Organizations will send cards hoping you send a donation, and I arranged different images on the front of it. I always sign all of my collages. Sometimes I make copies of them and I sign the copies too. So I'm going to sign this one, and it has a little bit of an Easter theme because that's coming up. So I'll put that one aside. I got you all caught up on that. And we were talking about co-housing. But before we get talking more about co-housing, because I may have said everything I wanted to say, let's look at a new collage to work on. And I will tip down. I'm going to use this freebie card coming from Yosemite Conservatory. So let's do a little bit of flipping down of the camera onto the workstation down here on my lap. And that's where I do all my collages. I have this old frame that I found in a yard sale, and that works out good for doing my demonstrations with you guys. Okay, so we have this card. There's nothing inside. And if you wonder where you can send your cards, check the comments section, because there's a few places I listed in the comments section of where I've sent my cards. Okay, so this one I thought, let's try something different. What if you don't just feel like doing a whole lot and you have these couple pictures of birds, and you could put the lighthouse in the middle, cut this off, put that behind. And I'm just kind of showing you the process I go through on my own when I'm not here in front of the camera, where it seems like I have everything already done. Do we want to put this little monkey there? You know, so I try things out. You know, sometimes you just want it to be a little easier, so that's all you do. And, or how I began this was to put this over here, the lighthouse, and this looks like another sort of restaurant lighthouse. Put that there. Put this tiger peeking out there, and then I had this dog. He could be on the edge, right? And that's pretty easy too. So I thought maybe we would do that today, and I can take out my glue stick, and I'm not even going to cut it special. So we're really going to see how it works out, because you wonder, how do I do this, you know? Because I do usually show up at the video with the images I'm going to use, and I've spent a little bit of time doing that. And I'd say I spend, I don't know, a half hour, and then another day I'll look at it again, spend another half hour, until I feel like I've got the images that I want to share for the video. So here we got the dog on, and then this will come next, and then this, and this will go behind. And this is what I do, I know. So, you know, I had a friend who sent a picture of herself on Facebook when she was just a little kid. So I sent a picture back when I was a little kid. And it got me thinking about how sick I used to get with bronchitis when I was a kid. and how awful it was. But I sent back a picture, and I think that started when I was about 2, and the picture I sent was maybe I was just before I turned 2. And then I just get these on with a little bit of glue stick just to make sure I have them in the right place, because I can always tip up the pictures. See, because I want him down a little bit lower. Yeah, so we can see his ears. All right, that leopard. We have this here. And that's good. So there we have our little makeshift collage, and went pretty quick. So I'll cut off the edges and just stick it down a little bit more. Stick it down more, and you maybe don't have to stick it down all the way. It depends what you're going to do. If you're going to send it to somebody, you might want to stick it a little more gluey so it doesn't fall apart when it gets to them. And I did put in the comment, like I say, I put in the comments of where you can send these. I usually send mine to a place called Love for Our Elders, because they list different names of individuals, and they always have little information about them, like where they grew up, did they have kids, what they did for a living, what their hobbies are. So then you turn this way and cut off the stuff that's sticking out from the sides, and then you have your collage. Oh, got to get the stuff off the top too. And that is a perfectly good collage too. So here you go. My camera is telling me I don't have enough storage, so I hope this goes through. This is video number 12. So anyway, when I was a child, I'm going to tip this back up. We have some chat time. I was about 2 years old, my mom said, when I started to get, guess it was like some children get childhood diseases. I'm going to sign my collage before I forget. Sign all my collages. That's right, man. We are artists. You can date it if you want to. Perfectly fine. And it can go as quick as that. Put that aside. And it was the most awful thing. Every year I would get this bronchitis once or twice a year. I would be in bed for 3 weeks, and there would be a humidifier in there. I would be coughing so hard I thought I was going to cough my head off. And I would be in my room. I had 5 brothers, and I could hear them downstairs having fun, watching TV. And my mother would bring up my meals, and she couldn't stay long because she had to go do laundry and make meals and take care of everybody else. I was in isolation. That's what it felt like. It was just like a gray, like limbo I was in. One time, I thought I heard a whole lot of noise out in the hall. Like, it sounded like a bunch of people, like chattering, like people had come for a party and were chattering, really loud. And my mom had come up to take my temperature. And I told her, I said, what's going on? Why is there a party in the hall? Who are all those people in the hall? And she looked at me funny and said, what are you talking about? I said, there's people in the hall, there's people in the hall. And then she looked down at the thermometer, and she got this look on her face, and she said, stay right there. Like, where was I going to go? And she called for my dad, and my temperature was like 108, going higher and higher. They got the doctor to come to the house right away. They ran a cold bath and put ice cubes in the cold bath. And I just remember all these, big adult hands holding me down in this cold bath. My nose is all stuffed. I can barely breathe. And to get my temperature down so I wouldn't die. That was traumatic. I still remember it now. More than 68 I'm 68 now, and that probably happened when I was 4 or 5. So that wasn't the happiest story, but it was just something on my mind, and that's how it is, when you hang out with people. We're hanging out, we did a collage, did a real easy one. We'll see you at video 13, and say goodbye to loneliness for that little while. Okay, thanks for coming. It's good to see you.